born a sinner, happily. I bit the apple off that tree, baby. Lord, if you're looking, yeah, from high above, just remember that this sinner down here needs some love. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Said, oh, Lord, I was born a sinner. I'm a sinner. Can't you save me? I was born a sinner. Did I wait till the day I die? Lord, I'm a sinner. You know I can't lie. Devil, he's waiting, yeah, to get his hands on me. Is there any way you can save me? I said, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Said, oh, Lord, I was born a sinner. I'm a sinner.
Can't you save me?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, I was born a sinner.
I'm a sinner. Can't you save
Save
me?
me. As I bit that apple, the serpent said to me, he said, boy, you live life so happily, yeah. Now that devil, he owns your soul. That's what you get for biting that apple, you fool.
Said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
I said, oh, Lord, I was born a sinner. I'm a sinner.
Can't you save me?
Oh, Lord,
Oh, Lord. Oh,
said, oh, Lord,
Lord.
I was born a sinner. Yeah, I'm a sinner.
Can't you save me?
Thanks for tuning in to Turn It Up. I'm your host, Kaylee Miller, and this is the show where you can listen to the locals. So our guest today, well, he was originally born in Scotland, is actually a very proud British Columbian. He's got a hit video on YouTube called Santa's a Canadian, and he's going to talk a little bit about that. So joining us today is Will Hardy, also with bandmate Patrick Ronahan, and we've also got Shana Meloche.
Hi.
I got your names right today. That's awesome. So, Will, I want to start with you. Tell me a little bit about your inspiration for music and kind of what got you started in the industry.
Believe it or not, the thing that did start me in the industry was my son's desire to play guitar. My wife's father dropped off a little 3/4 guitar, and he hadn't played it. And for about 6 months, I picked it up and said, "Why haven't you played this?" And he said, "Nobody showed him anything." And then I showed him a couple of chords from basically learning off the internet, and was quite addicted to the guitar from that point on. So started writing songs, and my son's vastly a better guitar player than I am now. So it's quite a joy to see. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so before we started the show, we were actually listening to your song, Born a Sinner. So let's talk a little bit about that and what that song means to you, what the lyrics are about.
Yeah, my wife kind of gave me a very good inspiration. She said that I was born a sinner one day, and I just loved the line, and I started, as I do with many of my songs, start off with a nice melody, and it just came to be, and I started wondering, we're all kind of sinners, and I threw the apple in the tree and kind of came up with the song, and had great collaboration from Patrick Ronahan. He's the master of the music, and then our idea to have a special guest was Shana. She added so much to that song when we were in the recording studio. It was a treat, and the outcome of the recording is fantastic. So.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful song, and I'm just curious to get your perspectives on why you wanted to join Willy and part of this. So maybe Patrick, we'll start with you since you guys work the most together.
Yeah, well, Willy and I actually worked our day jobs together, and that's how I met Willy. And he asked me to accompany him to select a guitar from Long and McQuaid, which I did, and then Willy just dug in and started playing and writing songs, and he recorded his songs on his little home machine and brought them to me, and I just heard a tremendous amount of promise in these songs. So I worked on the songs, and then together with Willy, we agreed on certain ideas that we would do. And I have a little recording studio in my home, so we laid down the tracks, and yeah, it's been working out very well for us. Very happy with it.
That's great. And Shana, how about you?
Well, I love Will's songwriting. We met when I was probably 20 years old at open mics, and I'd see him around Surrey, just playing away. He's a great songwriter. He's got a lot of great catchy lyrics and like wholesome songwriting. Like Born a Sinner is probably one of my favorites so far.
Yeah. And so I know that you kind of describe your songwriting as you write songs about living in the moment and being in the moment, and writing songs about that. So where do you get a lot of your inspiration from?
Family, friends, basically words can jump out at people and have meanings. So I look for these things sometimes. I'll have conversations with people, and all of a sudden something in that conversation a person said, I've caught a phrase that I really want to work on, and that's how I collaborate with Patrick. He helps me with arranging, and it's worked out quite well, but that's where I get the inspiration. It's just from things I see in people I meet. So, and I'm lucky and fortunate enough to have had great support from all the people throughout local open mics and local jams. There is a tremendous amount of talent out there that is worth getting out of your houses for. People get off the couch and go to these local jams and open mics, and you will see vast talent, and it's great to collaborate with these people as well.
Yeah, and especially in Delta, and that's why we want to do this show, to be able to showcase people that are doing music and doing amazing things in Delta.
There is I believe tonight as we speak, the open mic in Delta is tonight, every last Friday of the month, and through meeting the people at the Arts Club, they were fantastic at inspiring me to continue, and I still do, and I see some new people come up and they're nervous, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's and there's an awful lot of great artists in the Delta area and surrounding Lower Mainland here that it's a joy, actually. To see somebody come from being very nervous to all of a sudden get more and more comfortable as they come. It's a treat. How's that? So.
Yeah, exactly. And I think our viewers are going to be wondering what the shirt is all about, Santa's a Canadian. So we're actually going to listen to that song right now, and then when we come back, we're going to hear your argument for why you think Santa's a Canadian. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that.
Santa's a Canadian, it's easy to see. He wears his red and white suit, the colors of his country. Santa's a Canadian, as jolly as can be. He trades in his ho-ho-ho for an A with glee, that's right. From the North Pole to Timmy's place, he grabs a double takeaway. A box of maple glazed donut bits really helps him on his way. Santa's a Canadian, it's plain for all to see. Oh, oh, oh. His favorite hockey player is Wayne Gretzky. Hey, hey, hey. Santa's a Canadian from sea to shiny sea. Oh, oh, oh. He comes from the great wide north. Check your history, that's right. He likes beavers and moose and most things Canadian too. Kinda like Bob and Doug McKenzie, he's a hoser through and through. Take off, eh? Santa's a Canadian, it's his last stop on his run. Oh, oh, oh. He plans it out that way, 'cause Canada's where he's from. Hey, hey, hey. Santa's a Canadian when all his work is done. Oh, oh, oh. A back bacon pizza waits for him when he gets home, yeah. Santa's a Canadian. Oh, oh. Santa's a Canadian. Eh, eh. Santa's a Canadian. Oh, oh. Santa's a Canadian. All right. Santa's a Canadian. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Santa's a Canadian. Oh. Merry Christmas, Delta. Hey. Hey.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
For all those times you stood by me. For all the
And remember that
Seatbelt. Drive safe. Call when I get there.
for all the joy you brought to
I-
my life.
I love you.
For every dream you made come true. For all the love I found in you.
I love you too, Daddy.
You're the one who saw me through.
And thanks for everything.
My strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to the show. Today we have Willy Hardy with us, and we're so happy to have you here. And I think people are kind of wondering about the shirt and Santa's a Canadian. So before we even talk about that, I have to ask you, are you a proud Canadian?
Oh, yes. I was born in Scotland, but I came over here when I was 1.5, so I was raised Canadian and very proud to be a Canadian.
So you're technically a Canadian, although you do have dual citizenship, so.
I did. I think I'm now just fully Canadian.
Yes,
so,
fully Canadian.
Fully Canadian and very proud of our country is great. So.
And the reason we're talking about this is because you've got this hilarious video on YouTube, Santa's a Canadian, and you believe Santa Claus is from Canada. So yeah, it's got nearly 400,000 hits on YouTube now, which is just incredible. So tell me about that and where you got the inspiration for that song.
The inspiration came from I was practicing Silent Night on my porch where I play outside, and a lady from Delta that was dropping off her kids at school said to me, "You should come up with a Canadian content Christmas song." And I said, "What about Bob and Doug McKenzie? Haven't they already done that?" And she said, "Well, no, that's the 12 Days of Christmas. Not really Canadian. There has to be a Canadian content Christmas song." She didn't know of one. And I said, "Really?" I go, "Well, that's kind of funny because my kid, Stuart, asked me what nationality Santa was." And I said, "He's Canadian." And that was just the night before.
Yeah.
And so I started coming up with the song and the melody. By the time she dropped off her kids and came back, the song was basically written. So naturally it was enhanced with my playing partner Patrick. Did a little bit of refining, as they say, and there's another gentleman by the name of Terry Banks who listened to the song once, spent a couple of nights of no sleep, and came up with a very cute video to add to a very cute song.
Yes, it was a very nice video.
And it actually does have I guess a little bit of truth to it. The last staging area in order to get to the North Pole is in Canada. So you cannot get to the North Pole without going through Canada.
Okay.
And one of the postal code HO was designed by the Canadian government, claiming that Santa is a Canadian citizen.
Wow.
So, yeah,
So
it has actual merit.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people watching didn't know that. I didn't know that, so I learned something interesting from your song.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by the success that the videos had? Were you, astonished that it's had so many views?
I was. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
When we first put it up on YouTube, we thought if our 500 friends would watch it, that would make 1,500 views, and we'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
And the first year, it hit over 200,000 views. Second year up to almost 400,000 views. And YouTube has an indicator of how many people have replayed that as well. So somewhere close to 82% of the people viewing it has viewed it again. So yes, I'm still, I think it's because it's a very cute song.
Yeah.
And even if I didn't write it, I'd like it. So that's one of the things. And it shows how proud of a country we are. We got great places, great people, great things. So it makes you feel proud to be a Canadian. And
Of course.
even Wayne Gretzky likes it. So you got to like that.
Are you hoping that it's going to become a household Canadian song that we listen to every Christmas?
I would like that. Songs in general, whether you like them or not, there's such a vast variety out there. So I'm hoping people enjoy it for what it is. If you do join it, the words are in the video and you can sing along to it. And I know there was a couple of elementary schools that were asking if they could perform it in choirs and stuff, and definitely please do. That's what I say. But yes, of course, I would love for that. I just think it's a very cute song, and it has a general meaning at Christmas time. To celebrate your country as well as celebrate Christmas is a bit of a joy, right? So
should we be expecting another Christmas-themed music video song of some sort coming out this December?
No, I'm thinking I stick to the one that I have, and I have a hard enough time just remembering all the words to my songs sometimes. So basically, it comes out once a year. It's a Delta resident. He really doesn't like music too much and this, that, next things, but he invited me over one time to sing it in front of his family. And I knew right from that point on that it has a general meaning. People like it. It makes them feel good. So that was the bonus of songwriting is when it actually cheers people up, and that there's nothing better than that, right?
Well, we definitely love the song here at Delta Cable, and we'll be playing it throughout the Christmas time. But you don't just write Christmas music, you write a lot of other music as well. So we're actually going to listen to one of your new songs called Survivor. So that's coming up next. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about your album and more about that. So when we return, you're going to want to stay tuned.
You're a survivor, fought the battle and won. You're a survivor, not the only one. All memories grow strong, and hopes and dreams can carry on. I'm a survivor, Spirit keeps me alive. I'm a survivor. I'm humble and thankful you're in my life. Overcome, that's what we'll do. And all the things you do to help me make it through. Undefeated, yeah, it's true. Live for each day. The life we live won't go away. Simple pleasures we receive. Each and every day we get the chance to breathe. It's the heartbeat that we need, yeah. Your courage pulls me through, yeah. Your courage pulls me through. You're a survivor, fought the battle and won. And I'm a survivor, I'm not the only one.
That sounds awful. But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
Welcome back to the show. You were listening to Survivor by our guest, Willy Hardy here. We've also got his bandmates, Patrick and Shana, with us as well. So that is one of your new songs, but in 2011, you actually, you have an album that you created called Music Flows. Tell me about that experience and what that was like for you.
It was a great joy to collaborate with Patrick. Patrick liked my songwriting, and he said these are the songs that he chose to work on. And to have a person of this skill level working with me on my songs was a dream come true, to make an album. I gave him 40 songs to pick and choose, and we kind of collaborated on these ones that he felt that he would like to work on. So we worked together, and it's a joy. It was a joy to do an album.
Yeah.
It's something I will never take away from me. So we have now starting on our second album, and this is one of the songs that we just recorded. So
right. And where did you guys end up recording the album?
We recorded in Patrick's studio. He has a studio in his home, and he's got some wonderful equipment. I think it's not just the equipment, it's his know-how of the equipment that makes a guy like me sound as best as I can, right? So.
Right. And Patrick, if there was one song on that album that, you know, our viewers had to listen to, they needed to check it out, what song would it be?
I think my favorite song on the album is Magic Land. That was one that I thought just came together very well. I think it's a little bit of a party song, and I think it would appeal to a number of people. It's a bit of an up-tempo song, so yeah. I'd pick that as my favorite. And then Glenbrook Place, I really like that one. It's more of an acoustic song, and I just thought when I first heard that song, I thought, yeah, that's fantastic. I love that song.
Yeah. And where do you guys think you're gonna go next with this? Is this gonna be something that you think you're gonna pursue years from now? Are you gonna keep coming up with stuff? Where is it headed?
I don't know where it's headed, but I enjoy doing it. I wake up on Saturday mornings hoping to go to the studio and see what else we can come up with. Patrick's kind of picky. When I give him stuff, he'll say, oh, no, you can come up with something better, or and that's the collaboration part that is a joy. I know the reason why he loves Magic Land. This fella's guitar solos in Magic Land are, he knocks it out of the park. There's no way I could play the guitar that well, so.
He makes it look so easy.
He makes it effortlessly easy,
Yeah.
and it's a real joy. But the song Survivor, it has a good meaning. It was a bit of a challenge. Sometimes I write songs based on challenges. Someone challenged me to write a song for the Terry Fox Foundation. Made a little, I guess, a fun song or an uplifting song for, because if people do get cancer, the most important part of cancer is surviving it. And Terry Fox is one person that he has survived, even though he's no longer with us. His legacy has survived, and that's an important element to the song. And a friend of mine that was fighting cancer actually said that's the most important thing he wants, is to be able to survive it. And so his name's Robin Douglas. He gave me the inspiration for the song, and when you're writing songs, things take shape, right? So trial and error, as they say. But it's important. Cancer is an important thing. My wife, she does fundraisers, and this is why I wrote the song. And I believe the time that I did write that song, we did a $300 person dinner, cancer benefit dinner that had 300 people, and it raised over $14,000, and that's just a little runners club from the New Vista Society. So I was proud to be part of that. So.
And I think a lot of people watching will really be able to connect with that song because, you know, cancer is such a huge issue nowadays, and yeah, I think people will really be able to connect with that. And Shana, I have to ask you, it's nice to have a female on set here with me. Hi. What's it like being part of this process, and do you think you're going to collaborate in the future with these men?
So. Yeah. I hope so. Like I said before, I love Will's songwriting. Yeah. He always hits it on the button with his phrasing. He's actually, when I first met him younger, when I was 20, he offered me a song to sing, and that keeps happening every once in a while. He comes up with something, he says, can you do something with this? Patrick is an excellent producer. I've got some experience in production, and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to keep it simple and elaborate, and it's excellent. It's been awesome working with you.
Thank you.
And Will.
Yeah.
And we'll jam together Tuesday.
Yes.
Probably.
Shana does host the jam, and plus that's how I met Shana. And yeah, do I want to do more collaboration with Shana? Definitely do. She's a talent to be
of course, yeah. You have a beautiful voice. It's lovely. What do you guys think you bring to the music industry? This might be a bit of a big question, but what do you bring to the music industry that we're not seeing nowadays? What's different about you guys?
In my opinion, we're going back to the acoustics, the songwriting. We don't have pitch correction. A few things that I wish more people would come back to.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And if you want to hear more from Willy Hardy, you got to check him out on Facebook. He's on YouTube. He's pretty much everywhere on the internet. Well, that's it for our show today. Until next time, I'm your host, Kaylee Miller.